Hello and welcome to GRB. Today I'm going to bring you not that exciting news. We're going to be talking about CAPPA. Recently, YouTube announced that some changes that they were going to make in the platform regarding kids content, and that every creator needs to act. Find out with us how CAPPA will affect your YouTube channel content settings from now on. For those of you that you know, CAPPA stands for the Children Online Privacy Protection Act. This is a law that was enacted in 1998. And this law was created to protect the privacy of children under the age of 13. Under the law, digital entities are restricted from collecting personal information from users aged under 13 without the express permission of their parents or guardian. And as you all know, folks, YouTube has been doing this for a long time. As a result of that, they were fined over $170 million. And as part of the settlement, they have to make changes. And that's why those the changes to the terms of service that are going to be taking place in December 10 is in order to modify their process to comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, as we all know, CAPPA. Why this is important to you? You might ask yourself, well, I don't have a kids channel, my content is not kids friendly, or so forth, but it doesn't necessarily have to be kids friendly. As the FTC is starting January 1st, is going to be conducting what is called sweeps of the YouTube system, and they're going through and they're gonna sweep every video and content creator. They're gonna check your content as well as everybody else's channel's content. There's two ways that you can avoid not be fined. If you are found in violation, the FTC already set up fines are up to $42,530 per video, and that's if you are found that you have violated the terms or that you're not complying with the Coppa. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some tips that you can do. So I'm gonna show you a strategy, something that you can actually will help you. A lot of videos are out there and they're just basically telling you that you have to self-designate, which means that you have to go to the to your channel settings, go to settings, go to audience, and then you can set up your whole channel as not kid friendly, or you have the option to do it individually. But if you have a library of over 400 or 1000 videos, that will take you a long time. There's also a third way that hasn't been discussed. You have to do those two. You can self-designate your channel as not kid friendly or designated kid friendly. The third one would be to create a disclaimer also with your videos in order to comply with the law. This disclaimer, I can tell you that if you have those three options in place, if you set up your channel, if you take care of the videos that are that you might think that it could be kid friendly, you self-designate it, you won't be I guess for now affected by these new rules. As stated by the FTC, they can file lawsuits against Google, against YouTube, the channel owner, and directly to the content creators. If you designate your channel kids friendly, you will not be able to will have no ads, no advertisement, no comments or end screens, no stories, community tabs, or notification bell. And your viewers won't be able to access or to mark down your video to see or watch later. these huge changes were made on YouTube, and all these changes are going to affect every creator, but you need to act now. Coppa will affect your YouTube channel and the content settings from now on. I got here some information about the impact that this FTC decision will have on YouTube creators who publish kids content. And now in the new video by YouTube, by the head of a family partnership at YouTube, she has confirmed how these changes will affect the download process, your existing library of content, and potentially the way you monetize that content. The changes come into effect after the YouTube settled with the FTC over the platform's CAPPA rule violation. As I mentioned before, that resulted in a fine of over $170 million. The Children Online Privacy Protection Act of Coppa, 1998. Then this is some things that you guys need to know, and you need to know right now. How does the new CAPPA law affect me as a YouTube creator? In order to help you comply with the law, YouTube now requires you to mark all your videos as made for kids or not. The platform has rolled out a new audience setting that lets you tell it whether your videos are made for kids or not. YouTube is using machine learning systems to help them find content that is clearly made for kids, but it advises creators not to rely on that method as it is not perfect. In other words, don't put your confidence into the system. Make sure you do your homework, evaluate your channel, and check each and every video for yourself. Number 2, as a creator, will I face a fine over $42,000 if I don't comply? Yes. Under CAPPA, the FTC is entitled to seek around $42,000 for each mislabeled video. To be exact, it's $42,530. If your entire channel is comprised of content aimed at kids, that's going to be a huge monetary penalty. What if I don't label my content as aimed for kids? If you don't set up your own audience, or if YouTube detects any signs of error or abuse, it has warned that it may set your audience for you. How do I comply with the COPPA law on YouTube? There's, like I mentioned before, there's 2 ways to set up your audience. You have to set it up on your channel level or on the video, or at the video level. Each individual video, you have to mark them if they are going to be for kids or not. How do I update my audience settings at the video level? To confirm whether previous uploads are content that was made for children, go to your videos. To the video tab in your YouTube studio, then select the videos you need to edit. Then go to audience. On this page, you will now be prompted to answer this question every time you upload a new video. Of course, you already set your audience at the channel level. Then the settings will be automatically selected for you. How do I update my audience setting at the channel level? YouTube states that if you can confirm your entire channel features, upload a video that are either made for kids or not made for kids, you can confirm this by going into settings in the YouTube studio, then clicking on the channel tab, then on the advanced settings, then go to the audience section and choose an option that best describes your channel focus. By doing this, you will update the settings to all older videos and your new uploads too. What is considered kid content anyway? Well, kids content, YouTube stated that when deciding whether your video content is aimed at kids or not, you have to basically consider the following. Do you have anything for kids in your video? Whether is the subject matter, what's the subject matter of your video? Whether children are in your intended audience. This is very important. Children your intended audience or not? Whether the video includes child actors or models. So if you're doing an interview and it's with a child, you know that you're going to have to mark that video, regardless of what you're talking about, if it's a movie or anything like that. It has to be set for kids. Whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, including animated character or cartoon figures. This is particularly important because I use puppets in my channel, for example. So I'm gonna have to find a way to indicate that my content, as well as the language that I'm gonna be using and the way that I'm gonna be expressing myself, is going to be directed to adults and not to children. Whether the language of the video is intended for children to understand. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children. If you have a video and it's a bunch of adults playing hopscotch, then you know you have a problem there. Regardless if you guys are children or adults, this particular activity that you're doing, let's say it's a kids activity, you're playing hopscotch or you're playing patty cake, but it's adults and you're acting like children, it might appeal to children. So think about that one. Whether the video includes songs, stories, or poems that appeal to children. If you write a song and it sounds like a kid's song, that might be a problem. Same thing with a poem. In the United States, a kid is considered anyone under the age of 13 years old. But if you reside outside the continental United States, those numbers, the age changes. So make sure you check with your local, your town, or ask your local attorney. If I set my content as made for kids, what does this mean to my channel? That means you pretty much, they're gonna remove most of the features of that channel. You're not gonna be able to have the comment section. No more personalized ads. No more info cards. No end screens. No stories. No community tab. No communication. No notification bell. And the ability to viewers to save videos, watch them later, or save it to the playlist is gone. What happened if YouTube thinks my video was made for kids, but I disagree? Can I appeal? You have the option to send a feedback to YouTube. So in that feedback, you have to state the reason as to why you disagree with that particular decision and have them review your video a second time. But make sure that your explanation is in compliance with Coppa as well as with the FTC. What happens if a creator marks their video audience incorrectly? This will result in compliance issue with Coppa and may result in consequences for your channels or videos. So it is interesting. This one is very interesting, and I need to point it out. If you do it wrong, we might not be in compliance, and pretty much the censors in YouTube either are going to send you're gonna get a message at the very least, or they can, as stated before, if it's not, your channel is not commercially viable, they can just shut the whole thing down. Just take it down, which is going to be really hard for you to reestablish once YouTube take that kind of action on your video. Well, I hope that this a little insight into what the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act as well as the FTC regulation help you. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. This is GRB bringing you some important information about CAPPA. Till the next one.